Good afternoon. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Thank you all for joining us and staying with us till the end. Honorable Knowledge Seeker, today I am your host for the afternoon. My name is Badhan Dash. I am from Bangladesh. Dear Knowledge Seeker, at present we are going to start our 1643 webinar, which name is Create Interactive Games Through PPT, and today our speaker's name is Steve Christopher S. Ong. He is from Philippines. Before I hand over the stage to our speaker, sir, wants to share a very little bit about him. School at Philippines, Chin Kong High School. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with his presentation. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with his presentation. Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am, and good afternoon
Sir,
all the
stage.
participants from worldwide. Okay.
Yes, sir. The stage is yours. You can start your presentation now.
Okay. So let me introduce myself first. I'm Dr. Steve Christopher Wong. So I'm from Philippines. So currently I am the school administrator or the school head of a Filipino Chinese schools located in San Juan City here in Metro Manila. Okay. So my topic for today is create an interactive game or some games using PowerPoint. Okay. So a lot of people is asking me. They all asking me why I still talking about this PowerPoint. Now we're in this stage of everything is online, so we can find some online games. We can uh, we can say that we don't use PowerPoint. There's a lot of ready-made things in the website in online, so you just download it. So actually, I'm talking about PowerPoint because PowerPoint up to now for me, based on my experience, is still an is a very powerful educational tools for us to make some presentations, and this is a powerful tool that we can use to enhance our teaching skills. Okay, or we can let our students, they can understand us more. There's a lot of games online, there's a game, but those games are not customized for us. We have different kinds of students. We have a different needs in our teaching. Okay, so some online things that they are not suitable for us. So by using PowerPoint is a very simple presentation software. But through this software, we not only make presentation, we can also create some simple games. I have conducted a survey in my school, of course. Today I will share my experience, and it's more on Philippine setting. I have conducted a survey in my school in 3 to 5 classrooms. And the result of this survey is students, they are more light the games that's made using this PowerPoint rather than downloaded games from online. They want the games that the teachers created. So for them, teachers are their idol, and then if the teacher has these skills to create games, they will make the students more interested in attending his or her class. Okay. So let me share some insights of mine and experience why I still choose using PowerPoint in creating games. Okay. Actually, creating games using PowerPoint is not that hard. It just if you doing this every day, every time, okay, so making games, it's not a difficult things. Of course, we need this more observation. We can watch TV, and then we can some game shows in the TV. We can pattern their games, pattern their games, just like the Wheel of Fortune or sometimes the Family Feud. That's like these things. We can create that in the PowerPoint, but don't expect the output of the games will be as professional as those professionals creating the games. Okay, so we just create a simple games for our students. Educations are not complicated. They are not they really not complicated. We just make things simple, and then we use simple things to have a great result of their learning. Okay. So why we need educational games? Of course, we don't want to talk about this. We will not talk about this PowerPoint first, but we will say how come we need games? Of course, some traditional teachers they always say, why we use games? We just teach them. Okay, you make you create games inside the classroom that students will just play. They will playing around, roaming around, and then they will not take seriously in their education, in their study. No, games they have a lot of benefits. So according to the research, using games in teaching can help increase students' participations, foster social and emotional learning, and motivate students to take risks through games. For them, they are not they take games as a game, as a fun game that to enhance to enhance their motivation in study. But for them, it's a game. It's not a difficult challenge for them. They just students like to play. Okay, childrens like to play. Of course, adults like us, we also like to play. Okay, and games can be used to teach academic subjects such as math, science, and history, as well as social skills, problem solving, and critical thinking. Okay. Games can also be used to help students develop practical skills such as coding, design, and teamwork. So that's the values of educational games. And then we have this a lot of these online educational games, especially during these 2 years plus the we're still in pandemic, but in the initial stage of pandemic, we all switched to online. Okay, we have these online classes, and then we like to put some spices in our in our lessons to make our students be more interested in studying. So we have searched a lot of, we go through the whole internet and to search what kinds of online games are suitable for students. Okay. So I have, I have checked this on a certain website. They have said this, these five online games are the most popular one. Actually, not all I have tried this game, this online software or this online applications, but according to that website, it's a five most welcome popular online educational games. Number one is Goose Chase Edu. Okay, number two, I will not talk more about these online educational games. I think everyone are familiar with this game. Number two is the Socrative. Number three is Kahoot. Kahoot is very important. Is very popular, especially here in Philippines. Most schools teachers they are using Kahoot. And then okay, quizzes and game kit. Okay, actually, out of these five popular, so-called the popular online educational games, I just knew three: the Socrative, quizzes, and Kahoot. Okay, so this uh, game kit and the goose chase, actually, I never tried that. Then, so what is the cons and pro of these online games? Actually, they can also improve, these online games can also improve the certain skills such as hand-eye coordination, interaction games. On the other hand, online games can be addictive, leading to excessive playing and neglect of the other important aspects of life such as schoolwork and social interactions. Actually, there's some cons. Of course, there's cons and pros on online games. The This addictive is the biggest problem right now. So when the students they play the game, they will not stop. They would just play it and play it and play it until they get tired, and they will not have this mood to attend his or her class anymore. So, but the biggest problems why I choose not to use online games. Okay, why I choose to use PowerPoint to make interactive games for the students. Number one, in Philippine settings, this is a record from a website, as a Rappler here. So it's not a new record, it's not a up to date record. So I want to show you that just like in Philippines or in Southeast Asia, the internet access and its speed index are so poor. In my place now, Philippines, right? I think we have a lot of Philippines participants right now. Okay, so Philippines, in my place, when there's a rain in my place, my internet access will get slow until I cannot connect my device to the internet. So, especially when I'm having this class right now, okay, so I'm using these online games or some online whatsoever. It's an online games or online lecture or something, or I'm having this online class. Most of the time, I will get disconnected. Okay, so it will disrupt your classes. Okay, it will disrupt your class. So there's a lot of problem will occur. Okay, you have to make up the class, then you have to repeat the lessons all over again, or other these things. You have to make another preparations how to make up the missed class or missed lesson or the missed activity. Okay, so according to this one, you can see this is 6 years ago. So the internet access in Philippines are not so good. Okay, but for me right now, there's some improvement, but still, the biggest challenge is in my place is if I saw that if I see that there could be a rain today, so I will expect my internet will get poor. Then you can see this also. You see, Philippines, compared to Singapore. Singapore has this download speeds of 234.55 Mbps, but Philippines only has 88.13 Mbps. Right. So, if you compare the internet speed in the Southeast Asia in the year 2021, of course, the year 2021 is still we're having this online class. Okay, we still have this online class. So, you can expect that during that time, we really, really have this difficulty of having online class. Particularly, we have uploaded all our lectures, all our hands-on or our assignment, our tasks online, and students in a rural area, they have this difficulty of downloading the materials or the documents because of this internet. Okay, next. So particularly when you check the rural area in Philippines, so again, I have to emphasize, I'm sharing in through my experience in Philippine settings. Okay, I also have students in rural area in Philippines. You can see the internet connections. They have this difference. Okay, especially those poorest Philippine cities. You can check out their Mbps. The average of fixed broadband download speeds in the wealthiest, or that means the most improved city, there has this 25.65 Mbps. But in the poorest Philippine cities or some cities that more on they are in a mountainside or in a very far place, they only have 4.62 Mbps. So we can check that there is still some places here in Philippines, and I believe in some places also in Southeast Asia, and also I think in European country or in Western country, internet access is the biggest challenge for us. Okay, but unfortunately, we educators and students now they more depend on internet access. Actually, we have to evaluate ourselves. We can check that if in our place we don't have this internet, we 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 will feel not so uneasy. We will say, How come there's no internet in our place and I cannot do anything? But during the time there's no internet, we can do everything. How come now when we don't have this internet, we can do nothing? Because we depend too much on internet. Okay. So these are the pictures. So why PPT is important in education for me? Okay. Number one, using PowerPoint in making presentations, we don't need internet. When we present, okay, actually we can check some pictures, okay, through photo, okay, we can capture it by through no, through camera. Actually, we don't really need internet in making presentations or creating a games using internet. Okay. Since internet is our biggest challenge, internet is our biggest problem, internet is the biggest obstacle in to improve our teaching, okay, our teaching skills. So why we still stuck into this internet site? So we can go back to the offline style. We can use PowerPoint to make our presentation. Okay. So then I have mentioned this a while ago that educational games, there's a value, there's a benefit in our teachings. So we can go back to PowerPoint to make our online games. So PowerPoint is still it's the best educational tools for us to enhance our teaching skills and to motivate more of students to arouse their interest in studying. So now, why is PPT important in education? Number one, excuse me, PowerPoint presentations have different purposes, but in the classroom, their main purpose to help direct the lesson or lecture, which also giving students the opportunity to follow along and better understanding the material. Using PowerPoint in the classroom helps teachers to explain particular topics to students in a more easier and effective manner. Okay. PowerPoint is easy to use and has versatile features that helps in making viewpoints of teachers more clear to the students. So PowerPoint is really powerful, a powerful things. That's why we use the word PowerPoint power. Okay. Just because we depend too much on internet now, so we are having back a difficult time to go back to PowerPoint to make our things. There's a lot of things you can download. There's a lot of template you can download. Okay, then you can also get some share materials for your colleagues. Okay, you don't have to do anything. You just have this connection and you just download it and you just read it a little and practice a little, then you can use this in your teaching. Okay, but the bottom line, the keyword is the internet. So when you don't have this internet access, everything goes zero. So it would become a biggest problem for you. So we, as an educator, as a teacher, we still have to learn how to use PowerPoint in a very basic ways, how to create a basic PowerPoint, okay, how to make a basic super effective PowerPoint, and how to create an interactive games that will create fun atmosphere in our classroom. So, can you create a game using PowerPoint? Of course, it's yes. Okay. PowerPoint games are typically created using slide transitions. You just have these basic functions. You don't have to use all the functions in your PowerPoint. Okay. PowerPoint games are typically created using number one, slides transitions, animation, hyperlinks that jumps between slides and trigger specific actions. These functions can create interactive elements such as bottom quizzes, puzzles, and other game mechanics that keeps players engaged. Actually, based on my experience, again, so I rarely use slides transition. I rarely use these hyperlinks. I I create games more on using animations and with the trigger actions, the trigger functions in the animations. Okay, you can create buttons, you can create quizzes, you can create passes. Of course, the advanced PowerPoint, you can use the coding inside the PowerPoint to create a more professional games. But uh, take my advice for you teachers is you don't have to create a super complicated games by using PowerPoint to create a super complicated games where we are not a professional animator, we are not a professional a graphic artist, we are not professional this encoder, we are not professionals programmer. So we just only create a simple games that will suit our topic of the day to our students and make the students can have interaction with you through the PowerPoint games. You don't have to look down yourself. I'm not a professional. So I cannot create a game. I cannot create a game as beautiful as those in a website that's created by the professionals. No. We're only a teacher that we love, we have this passion in teachings, and we just like to share our knowledge or students, but to make a more effective way how to share our knowledge to our students, we can use this PowerPoint. And then we are not a professionals in using PowerPoint. We just have to understand to know some functions of this PowerPoint. Okay, just like the transitions, the slide transitions, animations, the hyperlinks, that's all. Okay, don't stress yourself. Okay, so number one, so slide transitions. Of course, we all know slide transitions is from one page we we goes to another page with some action between the two pages. That's slide transition. Okay. So of course, animations we just have to uh, understand the three functions, the basic three functions of this animation: the entrance, the emphasize, and the exceed. Okay, we just understand these three animations. That's all. Okay, that's fine enough. Okay, then hyperlink, how to connect one one click that we can jump to another slides. And lastly, we just know how to use trigger, the function trigger under this animation. Okay, so today I will share you some games that I have created from a very simple one into a more a simple one and a moderate one, an average one, and a little bit difficult one in creating games. Okay, I will share three, and this three is for me in my schools. It is very much welcomed by the students. They're having fun by using these three. Okay, number one, I have this game. Number one is guess the word. We can see a lot of game show in US or in Philippines or something is they will only give you the first letter of the word and you have to guess what's that word. Okay, you just have to guess the word. Assuming I have this word French fries, I have this term. So I just simply type the 2F using text box or using word art. Okay, you you should not type the whole word, okay, the word French in once only using a word using word art or text box. You have use word art. I use word art. Mostly I use word art. I use word art to type the F. Excuse, excuse. Sorry. And then I create another word, the wrench, RENCH, the remaining word using word art again. So I use twice word art for the word French, and so for the word fries, again, one is using F and another one is the RIEF, the RIS. Okay. Then I just simply put the animation wipe in this, in RENCH and RIES. Okay. And then I just choose the option is they have to the action option is from left to right only. Okay. So of course, as teacher, we should know the answer. What is that FF? Okay. So this is this is the procedure how to make that guess the word. Okay, it's very simple. You just use animations. The wipe is okay. Type the first letter of the word using text box or word art. Type the remainder letters of the word using text box or the word art, and then put animation effect on the remainder. The 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 remainder. Sorry for the wrong term. The remainder words using wipe, and then choose from left from this effect option. So it's just simply one click. Okay, of course the simply one you have to use the entrance. Okay, so it's just simply one click, the remaining letters will come out, it comes out. Okay, again, show me say what is my favorite snack. Okay, it's FF. Or what is the favorite snack of Peter? What is the favorite snack of Jose? Then it's FF. It's a hint, it's a first letter, and let the student guess. So students surely will actively participate with this kind of simple games. So now you have this interaction with your students. Now you have this interaction with your students now. So it's a very simple. You see, type the first letter of the word and type the remaining word, diba? The remaining words, the remaining letters of the word, and then in the remaining letters, okay, you just put animation effect. So the three animation effects, the entrance, the emphasize, the exceed, you just use this entrance and then choose the effect option from left. So it will, the animation goes from right to left. That's simple. Okay, so in every slide, example, you have 5 words, vocabulary, or 10. You just make 10 slides. That's very easy. And promise, it will be a very fun day for you. A very fun day also for your students that they will actively participate with your activity. Okay, very simple. Okay, so you can see, you just only use animation, you can create an interactive game with by using this PowerPoint. Of course, now second, assuming we also use this guess the word, but we have more than one word. More than one word. So it's what are the top 3 favorite foods? Okay, the favorite food of the grade schoolers. Okay, the elementary students. Okay, so pizza, sundae, and burger. So again, same procedure in pizza. You just use by using word art. You just type the letter P, and in using word art again, you just type the remaining letters IZZA, and then the second one Sunday. So you just type the S, okay, and then use the word art again. Use Sunday, UNDAE. Okay. Third one, the first letter is B. The Then next, the remaining letters or the word is URGER, the Urger. Okay. So you have create this, the initial, you create these 3 letters. You have the same procedure with the guess the word, that's only the one word, the French fries. Now, the challenge here is, example, if we use use the same function, the same procedure in the first word, the French fries, the students, if the student guess, they have guessed the second word, when you click the PowerPoint, it's still the pizza, the first word will show up. It will show up the first letter and the first word. It's not the Sunday. If the students guess that they have guessed the third word, the third one, when you click the PowerPoint, they still will follow the first word, the second word, and the third word. Okay. So now in this guess the word, we want that If the student the word guess the word Sunday, you just simply click S and the word Sunday will show up. Okay. So in other words, it will jump. If the students they guess the word burger first before the pizza and Sunday, he or she just click the letter B and the word burger will show up. Okay. So we still use the animation. We still use this the wipe, and we still will use this effect option. We will use still from right to left. Okay, from right to left. And then the only thing is we have to add the function trigger. Add the function trigger. Okay, the function trigger will makes you click the letter randomly which one first. If you click the S, the Sunday will appear. If you click the B first, the burger will appear. Okay, that is the function of trigger. Okay, so how? So I show you the steps. Number one, of course, you just type the word. I use this word art, so you have seen the letter P, and then next is the pizza, the letter S, the word for the Sunday, and letter B for burger. So actually, you have to you should not type if you're not so familiar by creating games using PowerPoint. I suggest when you type the letter P, the next is you have to type the remaining letters. When you type this letter S, then the remaining letters of this Sunday should appear. Okay, you just make it uh, word by word. I don't suggest you. I don't suggest you that you type the word PSB and then you just type the remaining letters. So this is number one. I suggest when you type the letter P, next is type the IZZA. When you type this S, the next you type the UNDAE. When you type B, you just type URGER. Okay. So next, when you type this one, you have to check here in this side, okay, in the right side, you see there's written a rectangle 1, 2, 3, and the rectangle 4, 5, 6. These are the name of the word art that you have typed in. So the P, I think it's a little bit small. Let me see. The letter P is let me see. The letter P is rectangle 4. And the letter, so these three letters, rectangle 4, rectangle 5, rectangle 6. So you can see in the right side, you should know the name of the object that you have typed. The important, because very important for you is you should know the name. Kasi in trigger, you should know the name of the object. Again, my object is 4, 5, 6. Okay. Then, the remaining one, this letter, I have named it object 1. Uh, it's 1, 2, 3. No, it's 7, 8, 9. It's 7, 8, 9. Okay, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9. Then, next one, so I knew the name, it's 4, 5, 6, and the letter is 4, 5, 6, and the remaining letters of these three words is 7, 8, 9. Okay, the next, just like this pizza, okay, pizza. So I just make this one pizza. I put animation on the word IZZA. Okay, the remaining letters of pizza, the okay IZZA, and then I also use wipe, and I also use this effect from left and from left to right. It's from left to right. Sorry, so it's still animation of wipe and use this from right to from left to right. Then the next one is I choose. Okay, this is from right to left. You see, I just put this wipe and this right to left. Then next, I use trigger. I use trigger. Now I have to use trigger. So I click trigger and it says on click off. On click off. So that means this IZZA will appear with the animation wipe from from left to right, from left to right, okay, will only be activated when you click object, on what object, okay. So you have to choose. A while ago, we all know that PSB, the 3-1 is the rectangle 6, rectangle 7, and rectangle, again, it's rectangle 6, a 4, 5, 6. It's rectangle 4, 5, 6. So that means this word IZZA, it has to be on click of either 7, this 4, 5, 6 rectangle. So how would I know this rectangle? How would I know this P is what letter? So actually, you can check. Actually, you in anime, actually you can check this one by clicking this letter only. You click letter P, it will appear in either E. This letter P is rectangle 4, 5, or 6. Okay, so let's assume that this word IZZA is rectangle 7, and then on click of rectangle 4. Letter P is rectangle 4. So after that, you click that on click off to rectangle 4 and then finish. The first word is finished. The first word is finished. Okay. And then you just in the second word and the third word is just repeat the step 1 to 5 again. So again, choose the remaining words and then you put animation wipe and choose the effect options from left to right, and then trigger on click off to rectangle 5. The third word again, okay, choose the remaining words, put the animation, just put this animation, and then use effect options from left to right, okay, then trigger on off the another rectangle 6. So you just repeat each word, repeat the same action, okay. Repeat the step 1 to step 5 for the word number 2 and 3, and then here it goes. So when you play this PowerPoint, when you play the PowerPoint, we only see P, S, and B. And then you're starting to ask questions. So what is the top 3 favorite food of the grade schoolers or the elementary students in your school? Okay. So this 3 food, it starts with letter P, it starts with letter S, and starts with letter B. Okay. So if the student guess is Sunday. So you just click the letter S and the remaining letters will appear and the word shows up. It's Sunday. Okay. So it's a very, very simple game. It's a very, very simple game, but it's it will bring out the fun inside the classroom. Rather you ask questions, rather you give oral recitation to your students just by asking them question and let them guess without, they have to think, okay, and then they have they're just sitting there and they just sit down and thinking of what is the answer. But by using this game, by using this PowerPoint, a simple game from this PowerPoint, it's really make the students, they will force themselves to think and to find out what is the correct answer. So this is a very, very effective game. In my school, my students really like this kind of game. Okay, sometimes I will make this game for an advanced option. Sometimes the whole word I will just show up letter D, and they will say before D there has they will have these 3 letters, and after D there will have these 2 letter, and then the student they will just guess what the middle letters of the word is letter D, and the questions is this one. Then they will force to think. Of course, the answers should be part of their lessons. Never make a games or make some questions in your game that the game is out of your topic. The next, so this is another game by using animations and the trigger function under the animation. Okay. So third one. So this the third I show you this is more complicated. It's like a wheel of fortune, a game of wheel of fortune. Okay. So the wheel of fortune, this one, there is a spinner here. Spin. Okay. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So of course we all know that wheel of fortune supposed to be, if you spin this one, spin the wheel, okay, the number indicated there is the amount, it's a money. Of course we don't use money in our classroom, right? So because we're just having this game, and the purpose of the game is to motivate them to participate and to learn. So in my case, this is just like a point, 1 point, 2 points, 3 points, 4 points, 5 points, 6, 7, 8, 9 points. And who gathered the most points in this game, that group win the games, or that persons win the game. Usually I we group my students in classroom, inside the classroom, into 3 groups, 4 groups. I don't want the students to play individually, because if some students they were ignored during the game, okay, there they it might cause a negative effect. The students might think maybe the teachers don't like me to participate in the games. Maybe I'm not good enough like my classmates, so that's why my teachers didn't call me to join the game. So you have to group your students. You have to group your students. 4 groups, 3 groups, 2 groups, at least 3 groups. If you have lesser students inside the classroom, it can be 2 groups. Okay. So how do we play this game? Of course, the teacher should know the answer first. The teacher should have the cue. Okay, you should have this cue. So the mechanics of this game is when you click this one, play and pause, and then the wheel will turn. This wheel will turn, will spin. Okay, actually will spin. And if you click again this button in this middle of the wheel, it will stop. And then if just like this one, the pointer here, this letter stops, number 7 stops in this pointer here. So that means if you answer if you guess the letters correctly, you have these 7 points. It's uh, basically is similar with the mechanics of the TV show Wheel of Fortune. We just twist that a little. Okay, so what are the functions I use in PowerPoint? Again, it's animation. Okay, the trigger. That's all. No slides transitions, no hyperlink. I still use animation and trigger. Most of my games I have created to my students, 90% I use these animations and trigger only. And then I can create a lot of games. Okay? And then I can create different types of games. So in my one whole year of teaching, I maybe can create more than 10 games using PowerPoint. And truly, I have this good feedback from the parents and students that they really like to attend my class. Right? So in this Wheel of Fortune, you have to make a two-part of making this game. One is the wheel, and one is this letter. Okay, when you click this square, so the letters will appear. Okay, so let's talk. Let me show you how to make this wheel. Actually, through this StreamYard, I think I cannot use the usual this interactive way of I can show you how to make this PowerPoint. I just only can show you. So if ever I have the chance next time, probably I can show you how I really make this game. Okay. So I guess I have to screenshot every part of the procedure of making this game. So number one, I choose, okay, so again, so number one, I use, I have to create a wheel, okay, I have to create a wheel. So I use the chart, okay, and I choose pi. Use the chart and I use pi. Second, when you click the pi, the above, just like the Excel one, will appear. And you can see it written sales, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. And then in the right side, you will see the 8.2, 3.2, 1.4, 1.2, these letters. So just ignore it. Okay, just ignore it. What you have to do is change the right side letter into 11111 first, not to confuse you. Make it 1111. So I use 9 ones. So that means I have, because I want a 9 slides, okay, a 9 piece. So from 1 to 9, it's from 1 to 9. The next, after you click that and you click OK, this one will appear. A different color of wheel. A different color of wheel will appear. Okay. Then you can see besides the wheel, there is a chart title. It, when this chart appear, okay, in the right side there's a plus and there's a pen and there's a, I think it's like a brush or something. It says click the plus sign. It's a click the plus sign. Then you will see chart title, data labels, and legend. These three one. Then the next things you have to do is unclick the chart title and unclick the legend. You just click the data label. Okay, so click the data label. And when you click this data label, okay, you will see in these 9 slides, okay, the small slides, you will see in the 9 slides there, you will see a one, letter number one, 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 one. And this one, where this one came from, is from this one. Okay, we have changed those numbers into 1111 and it's a 9 1, so that's why you have 9 slices then with one that appears, diba? Because you have clicked the data label. The next things you have to do is you just click the one, example this one, the first one 9, the second one, you click the one and change the one into two, and click the one, the third one change into three, the fourth one change into four, the fifth one change into five, the sixth one change to six, seven one change to seven, eight one change to eight, nine one change to nine. So that means the whole pie, okay, the whole chart, the pie chart, every slices inside it will become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But you can see the font is so small, so you have to click the 9 1, this 9 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 9 slices, and go to home and change the font size. And then my font size I used in this chart is, this wheel is, I think 80 if I'm not mistaken. Let me check. If I'm not mistaken, it's uh, 80. I use 80. So, you see, it's 80. So, you can see this one. So, the letter become 80. So, it become more clear to the students. It's clear to the student to see and to check what are the numbers on this wheel. Okay. So, next one. This is a this is a wheel that's created by using insert a chart. Okay, it's a chart. So that means anytime I may accidentally remove one slices there. So in order for you to this chart, group this chart, you have to save this chart as a picture. So you have to click the chart and right click, choose save as picture. Save as picture. You have to change the chart into a picture. Okay? The next the next one. So actually these two steps, okay, you can if you're not so familiar, you can jump it. But of course there will be no effect, there will no big negative effect in turning the wheel, but of course there will some small problem occur. So I usually, the next step I will do is I will, after we save this wheel into a picture, then save it into our device, our laptop, and then I remove the chart I have created using the chart, the pie chart, and then I will insert this picture, the wheel, the picture, back to my PowerPoint slides. Okay, back to our PowerPoint slides. And then the first thing I have to modify it a detail. So I will go to crop. So it is also in the functions in this PowerPoint. Okay, the function picture format. I choose crop and then choose the second one, crop to shape, and choose the circle. Choose the circle, the basic shapes, the circle. Okay, after choose the circle, then I have to crop it. So crop it, that means the excess space outside the wheel, I will remove it. I will remove it. Okay. After that, after that, after I removed it, then it's about time. I will put the animation. So, what are the animations? Okay. Number one, I will choose this uh, emphasis animations under emphasis spin. Okay, so you see that I use spin. After I use this spin, okay, then the chart will of course it will spin. Okay, it will spin and spin, it will spin. Then I have to put some command is by clicking the animation panel, the pane animation there, and then this picture will appear, the name of the picture will appear, and then I choose effect options. Then I will choose this effect options. After I choose the effect option, okay, so this will appear. Okay, this will appear. So you can see this one, the effect and the timing. So by timing, under the timing, I will choose until next click. So that means when you activate the animation of this wheel, it will keep spinning. It will keep spinning. Okay? Until you click the next click, then this spin will stop. The function spin will stop. So after that, what you will do, the next one is you have to create you have to create a button that will command the wheel to play and to pause. Play and pause. Okay? So this is the one. So I have created this one. So in the middle, you see the black one. Okay, so this is the control key for the wheel to play and pause. The next, under. So under this one, okay, under this one, you click, of course, this picture, diba? This picture, you see, the wheel is picture number 9. Okay. Then click this picture, the wheel, the whole wheel, the picture, and then click the function trigger again and on click off to the oval 10. It's a oval. So in this middle, this is the oval. The name is the oval. And it's named as 10. It's automatic, it named as 10. So that means when you click the oval, when you click the oval, the whole wheel will turn. It will start playing. It will start keep spinning. Okay, so that is the function for play, to make the wheel spin. That will play. The next, the next picture is this wheel. You will add another animation. You will add another animation. So you have to click. You have to click what? The add animation. You have to click the add animation because you want to put another animation through the wheel. Okay, through the wheel. So you have to choose spin from entrance. The spin from entrance. So that means no, not spin. Sorry, the appear from the this and the entrance animation, and then again, again, you have to go to this uh, picture, the second picture, because you have two picture right now. One is for the spin and one is for the pose. So you have to choose the new picture. Then you have to put the word appear. So that means it will pose. Once you click the button in between the wheel, it will pose. So you have to set the function into on click, and then they start the effect of the trigger is the start of the oval 10. So this is the oval 10. So that means the function of this oval, the oval has the two function. Okay, one is play and one is play, and one is the pose. So the play one is after you click the first one, you click, it will spin. When you click the second time, it will pause. It will just appear. It will just stop. Okay. Then if you click it again, it will again play with spin. When you click it again, it will stop. So that is the function for the spin, the wheel. The next, after you put all the functions, then you just put a pointer there. So the pointer here. Okay. So that means uh, when this pin stop, when you click the second time, that the wheel will stop and the number stop at the front of the pointer, and that is the number, and that is the point. Okay, so you have finished this one, making the wheels turn. Okay, then next is you have to create the letter. They will guess the letter. Okay, so you have to make two again the two squares or rectangle. So one is you have to create the first one. Okay, create the first one and put the letter. Okay, actually the word here is iced tea. Is iced tea. So ICED, the first four letters, and the below is TEA. So the whole word is iced tea. So I make one letter first. I make one letter first. Okay. So in below, okay, below the first rectangle, I put letter. I encode letter I, of course, with a larger font size. And then I create another. I create another box. Another box is similar with the size of the box of the with letters. Okay, box with letter. Okay, then okay. So what will happen? So we want if we click the box, the box will disappear, and the letter will appear. And the letter will appear. Okay. So you click the box without letter, and you put the animation. Okay, because it will disappear. So you have to choose the animation of exit, the exit animation, because once you click the box, it will exit. It will exit. It will disappear. Then again, you have to put the function trigger to the on box. Okay, to the on the name of the box is rectangle. I think it's written rectangle. Let me see. It's rectangle. Name rectangle 15. Okay, it's a rectangle 15. So the function of the box is exceed. Okay, it will exceed any animation exceed. Okay, it will exceed. Then if you trigger it to the same rectangle, so if you click the rectangle will disappear. What will show up? The second rectangle behind the first rectangle. So if you click the first letter, okay, if you click the first box, the letter will appear because the first rectangle will disappear, the remaining one will still be there. Okay, so this is the function of the first box. Since we need seven rectangles, okay, seven rectangles because it's ICED, ICED, and TEA, ICED. The next is I just simply copy this one, the first box, I copy it, I copy paste into seven boxes, seven rectangles. Okay. After seven rectangles, I will change the letter of the second rectangle or the rectangle behind the rectangle with this animation function or with the animation function. So you see in this slides, you will see I changed the second box from I to C. The third one, I changed the I to E. The fourth one, I changed it to I to D. So to complete the word ice. Then below, I changed the I to T, changed the I to E, and changed the I to A. Why it's I? Because I copied the first one. I have copied the first one. Okay, that's why every rectangle, so every boxes, there has an I there. Okay, then what will happen if you copy all the boxes? This is a shortcut way is because when you copy the first one, the two boxes of first one, the animation of the first one will be also be copied. It will also copied. So the second to the seven rectangles, you don't have to make animation anymore because the animation goes with it upon you paste it. You just simply arrange or the boxes. After you arrange the boxes, okay, then you have to cover the boxes, the rectangles above into the one behind it. You have to cover it up. You don't want your students to see what are the letters behind the first rectangles. So you have to cover it. So cover it and make it a little bit perfect when you cover it. Okay, that it would looks like there's only one box, there's only one rectangle there. Then that's it. So this games you have create a wheel of fortune game. So when I click the button between the button between of this wheel, it would spin, and then after you spin, so just like this example, number two, it hit the number two. So that means if you guess the letter, you have 2 points. So you see this one. When I this second box, so the student said, "Is there a letter C?" Okay, so there's a letter C. Then you just click the second box here. The cover of the box will disappear, and the letter behind the first box or the first rectangle will appear. Okay, it looks like it appeared, but the real scenario is the real thing is because the first box above there disappeared. Okay, so you see, it's a very simple. It's a popular game, Wheel of Fortune that until now in our television show we still can watch this Wheel of Fortune. So we can convert the Wheel of Fortune into this concept into a interactive game by using PowerPoint. By using PowerPoint. Okay, so you just put the questions here and what is my favorite drink, and then let the students guess. Oh, is there letter C, letter A, letter something, letter something? Okay, so You see, this game, the advantage of having this PowerPoint game is number one, you can send the whole game to the students. Students, they can have their own game. They can copy your game. They don't have to download. Okay, they just simply have this USB, or you can put it on the cloud, diba? In the cloud, and then the students will download. For those don't have internet, you just simply copy it through the USB drive. Okay, that's one thing. Number two, you can customize your game. Customize your game. Okay, example, this you have these 7 letters. You want to make this 8 letters, 9 letters, 10 letters. That would be fine. That would be fine. You can create it. But of course, the wheel, you will not, if you want to modify the wheel, you have to create, to make another wheel. But if you knew the steps how to make this wheel, that will be fine. Okay? And then these boxes, you just can simply copy paste, or you just simply delete it. Okay? If the second word you want your students to guess, it can be it can be a what? Actually, if you want to add letters, you just copy another box. If you want to delete one letter there, you just simply delete a box, and then you just simply lay out it again. So as simple as that. Okay. So why your students will love this one? This is a very simple game. Why your students will love this one? Because in the eye of your students, compared to professionals, you are more professionals. Students like whatever the teacher makes. Okay, they like, if the students, they think that you exerting so much effort just to make a game, make an educational game, an interactive educational game for them, to make them motivated, to make them that they will love their studies. I can tell you, dear educators, your students will love to attend your class. Okay, so this is a one interactive game, a little bit complicated, a little bit long, the procedure, but if you have made this one time or twice, that will be really, really, really makes you more on it, that you can create any games by using only this function. You can think some games, you can think of some, you can pattern some games from the TV, plus simply use this function. I have introduced 3 games, a simple one, a average one, and this difficult one. So you will notice I only use animation, I only use trigger. Then there are more. I didn't use any transition, slice transition. I didn't use hyperlinks. So 2 functions only. You just master these 2 function. Actually, you master this function, you can create a lot of games. So lastly, so what are the benefits of using PowerPoint games in classroom? Okay, so there are several benefits to you by using these PowerPoint games in the classroom, because they provide an opportunity to model an activity or a game, especially with large classes. They can be fun to play. They are easy to create or edit, and they don't require an internet connection. That is the greatest point there. We don't need an internet connection. Number one. Number two, you can create, you can edit a game. Okay, i usually I usually create a template. Okay, I create a template, and then I sometimes will send this template to my students, and my students will create their own games and share their games that they make or they edit to the classroom. Okay, so it would makes our students, they have this fulfillment that we I can also make games through PowerPoint. So create interaction games through PowerPoint by using PowerPoint is a big benefits and big advantage as an educator. So we are not going back to the time before pandemic. Some teachers say you have to move on. Don't need to, you just use online games. You just download games. But we have to check the conditions of our places. Of our place. If our, just right now, it's raining here in my place. So my internet connections might be disconnected anytime now. Okay, this is what I'm afraid of. But hopefully, I think hopefully it will not. Okay, so in teaching is also like this one. If we depend too much on internet access, so everything we plan will goes wrong. Okay, so if you have mastered how to use the PowerPoint game, okay, you can create a game on the spot by using 5 to 10 minutes only. You let the students to review the lessons, and then you just immediately create a games, and you can use this PowerPoint games offline when you're inside the classroom. So that is the biggest advantage. So again, I have to emphasize PowerPoint games can be fun to play, easy to create or edit, and they don't require an internet connections. Okay, so now thank you very much for my short sharing. So I hope I have shared something about these educational games by using PowerPoint. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your rich content presentation, which can impact our knowledge seeker surely. After your presentation, I hope our knowledge seeker can learn something new, which was our only intention. Learn and grow together, IGP knowledge seeker. Once again, thank you so much, sir, for your presentation. Now, sir,
Thank
it's
you.
time for our question and answer session, which is the one more valuable part of our regular paper. Honorable sir, please stay with us. After a short video, we will be back in our session part 2, which is the question and answer part. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Welcome back, sir. Welcome back to our participant. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. So our first question is from Ruben. How can we apply PPT games to classroom to of remotely mechanized place like Somalia?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. So, how can we apply the PPT games to classrooms of remotely marginalized places like Somalia? So, I presume that the place is lack of is this very poor internet connections, or probably no. So, in my experience, is as long we have this, we have one computer or we have one PC or one laptop inside the classroom. So you can let the students actually you don't have to project into if you don't have this you have this lack of materials or you have the lack of these facilities, just only one laptop or one computer, you can make a small group, or you can let the students you can let students come one by one, go to your laptop. In front of the laptop, they will click and use your laptop or use your PC, the personal computer. So you not necessary you have to project it. Okay, as long you have this laptop, and then you have to make some rules, and then you let the students have the chance to go in front of laptop or in front of the computer. It's just one click. That's all. Everyone has that chance. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your answer. So there is no more questions from our participants. So once again, thank you so much, sir, for your time in IGP. We have learned a lot from you with new topics. It will add some value to our day-to-day activity along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable sir, hope to see you again with a new topic and a new day. Thank you, sir. Take care. Honorable sir, before we move to the next webinar certification process, if you want to leave this studio, you can. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, it's time for the most certification process, which is our regular webinar activity. Now, time for the webinar certification. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, it's time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Thank you so much, sir. Certification process. Visit www.eduigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find a running session and get enrolled. After watching complete part 1, click mark as complete. Move to the next, which is the learning test passing mark 80%. If passed, back to the course again to download your certificate. If failed, retake the quiz. Download your certificate in PDF or JPG. For your attention, I am going to share the procedure again. Visit www.eduigp.com. Please make sure your presence on the running session and get enrolled. After watching complete part 1, click mark as complete. Move to the next, which is the learning test passing mark 80%. If passed, back to the course again to download your certificate. If failed, to retake the quiz. Download your certificate in PDF or JPG. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, it's time for the most engaging part of this webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is a regular webinar activity. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Visit www.slido.com and the quiz code is 1497149. I repeat the code 1497149. After a short video, we will start our quiz session. People, we are going to start our quiz session right now. Our first question is create interactive games. Option 1 is the right answer and 0% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Alex is holding the first position. Our second question is teacher can create interactive games in PowerPoint. Option 1 true, option 2 false. Option 1 is the right answer position. Our third question is teacher can use Nearpod to create interactive games. Option 1 true, option 2 false. Option 2 is the right answer. 13% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Jinnah is holding the first position. Our fourth question is a stretch allows user to create interactive stories, games, and animations. Option 1 true, option 2 false. Option 1 is the right answer. 78% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Evelyn is holding the first position. Our fifth question is which platform allows teacher to create interactive quiz and games? Option 1 Kahoot, option 2 Google Docs. Option 1 is the right answer. 83% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Evelyn is holding the first position. Our sixth question is what can we use to create interactive games and quizzes? Option 1 Kialo Edu, option 2 Kahoot. Option 2 is the right answer. 96% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Evelyn is holding the first position. Our seventh question is what can you use to create interactive word games? Option 1 Kahoot, option 2 Word Wall. Option 2 is the right answer. 74% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Celiana is holding the first position. Our eighth question is Dash make it easy to create interactive art, stories, and game. Option 1 Frutely Graphics, option 2 Scratch. Question 2 is the right answer. 74% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Selena is holding the first position. Our second last question of the afternoon session is which technology tool allows students to create interactive stories, games, and animations? Option 1 Disomos, option 2 Scratch. Option 2 is the right answer. 74% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Nico is holding the first position. Our last and final question of the afternoon session is you can see a space to create interactive stories, games, and animation. Option 1 true, option 2 false. Option 1 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. Congratulations to our online quiz competition in our top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition in our top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition in our top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competence certificate on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. At the end of our session, we can say, properly feed your skill. Never stop learning cause life never stop teaching us. Be happy and stay safe. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, try to a whole lot of people or things. Albert Einstein. Before I say or hit the end like button, again want to thank all IGP knowledge seeker for your active participation as always. See you again in the next session. Thank you.